a story in 2 parts. Remember this wretch, the activist, pretending to be a judge who spat in the face of Tesla shareholders, robbing Elon Musk of his fairly earned and highly supported 2018 CEO Performance Award. Her unbelievable billionaire bad bias oozing out of every word she wrote about this. Well, we have a wonderful update. How it started less than a week ago. Elon Musk and his lawyers are demanding the fake judge, Kathleen McSeebohm, step aside from a high-stakes Tesla case after she allegedly supported a LinkedIn post mocking a $2 billion verdict against him in a separate California case. Miss See You Next Tuesday was the judge who ruled against Elon in his big $56 billion pay package case in Delaware. And just to be clear, this was put to shareholders, Tesla shareholders back in 2018, who overwhelmingly voted in support of the compensation package. That should be the end of the story. But no. This stain on the judicial system took it upon herself to spit in our faces and says, nope, I'm robbing you of your will. Despite the fact that you overwhelmingly voted in support of this, your will, your decision, your vote does not count. I know better, therefore robbing Elon Musk of his fairly earned compensation. And that's not even where it ended. Tesla took the initial step. Well, okay, if this absolute fuckface really wants to do that, let's put it to shareholders again, which, by the way, is an absurd thing to do. We'd already voted for it. Years later, after Musk had achieved all the tranches, Tesla's valuation had increased massively, well over 10x, on the back of the goals lined out in this compensation package. We vote again. We approve it again. And then she says, nah, fuck you guys. I don't care what you think. Even though you're the Tesla shareholders who voted in support, confirmed again you're still in support, your opinion doesn't count, your vote doesn't count. Fuck you guys. I know better. The arrogance of this fuckface and her bias against Elon and billionaire bad, just unbelievable. The very first words in her decision were to the effect of, does the world's richest person need to be awarded more? Which, by the way, at the time of this compensation award back in 2018, it wasn't even close to the world's richest person, but even so, that's irrelevant. We voted in support. So, the complaint includes a screenshot of a LinkedIn post by a Southern California-based jury consultant who worked with the legal team that sued Musk for securities fraud in a San Francisco federal court. Quote, this is the post that she liked, allegedly. Thanks $2 billion for your help in this trial. It was a pleasure working against you. Congratulations to the trial team at Vulture LLP for standing up for the little guy against the richest man in the world. Here we go again. Billionaire bad. The filing alleges the post was promoted by See You Next Tuesday's account with a banner above it reading, Katie See You Next Tuesday supports this. Of course, Miss See You Next Tuesday has denied intentionally endorsing the post, claiming she was unaware of the interaction until LinkedIn notified her that she had used the heart in hand support icon. Quote, I either did not click the support icon at all, or I did so accidentally, she said. This totally unbiased person whose own decision about Musk's 2018 CEO Performance Award didn't also happen to mention Elon Musk as the world's richest person. Oops. I do not believe that I did it accidentally. Therefore, she's suggesting that she didn't even click the like button, but it somehow ended up clicked on her account. Oh, whoops. Well, that's how it started. Like I said, a story in 2 parts. Today, an update. Breaking. Delaware fake judge Kathleen See You Next Tuesday has officially announced that she will no longer preside over multiple lawsuits involving Elon Musk and his companies after Elon's lawyers alleged she had shown bias against him. I mean, it wasn't even an allegation, bro. It was oozing through everything she said and whatever. After ruling against him in high-profile cases. By this is the same fuckface that forced him to follow through with his Twitter acquisition, which, by the way, for those missing some context, here it is. Musk made an offer to purchase Twitter, which was based on their public statements, 15 consecutive quarterly reports, in which they claimed that they estimated that the number of monthly daily active users that were actually bots was less than 5%. Now, here's a problem. I'm going to read this post that I put on X recently to really make it clear. Because Musk was concerned he wasn't getting what he believed he was paying for. Remember when old Twitter filed 15 consecutive quarterly reports with the exact same copy-paste line claiming bots were less than 5% of monthly daily active users that quarter? Every single time. Identical wording. What an amazing coincidence that they never once said there was less than 4% or less than 6% or anything else. It's almost like they weren't actually measuring. Some quarters should have seen bot armies surge, and other quarters should have seen a massive purge of bots due to detection breakthroughs. A genuine analysis would have moved their estimate, yet this didn't happen. Less than 5% every single time. After making his offer, Musk wanted to verify that what they were saying, which was extremely suspicious, 15 consecutive quarters, magically it's exactly less than 5%, just like last quarter. Can you please explain your methodology? How are you calculating this? They couldn't, they wouldn't, they didn't. Therefore, he was very concerned that maybe the asset he was purchasing, which its entire value was built upon the number of active users, was not what he was getting. Imagine you hire a hooker, you think it's going to be a woman, and he's got a dick. Musk was just like, hang on, just let me make sure you're not packing an absolute meat club there, darling. To which darling says, nah, pay me first, no refunds. And then Kathleen McSee next Tuesday says, yeah, pay her. So this wretch is the very same, who forced Elon to follow through with his purchase of Twitter despite his concerns about bots and the fact that Twitter would not explain their methodology and how they were calculating this, forcing him to potentially buy the chick with the dick, which is not what he was paying for. And she's the same one who fucked over Tesla shareholders and tried to rob him of his 2018 CEO Performance Award. The same wretch. So this is what they're referring to, with Elon's lawyers alleging she showed bias against him after ruling against him in high-profile cases. So last week, as we just saw, Elon's attorneys wrote to the court pointing out a LinkedIn screenshot, blah, blah, blah. We've covered this. Okay, cool. Here is fake judge Kathleen McSee next Tuesday's full letter that she released today. Dear counsel, this letter addresses the motions of my recusal and to randomly reassign 2 of the 3 above referenced actions. Of course, she takes absolutely no accountability or responsibility here, but that's beside the point. She can say what she wants. The action is what matters, and we'll get to that. The motion for recusal rests on a false premise that I support a LinkedIn post about Mr. Musk, which I do not in fact support. I am not biased against the defendants in these actions. In fact, I dismissed a suit against Mr. Musk just last year. The motion for recusal is denied, but the motion for reassignment is granted. I will fuck off and leave Elon alone. Oh, sorry, I misread that. I will reassign each of the 3 above referenced actions, as should be obvious. And this is her get out of jail card, her excuse. Oh, this is the real reason. As should be obvious, disproportionate media attention, also known as people like you, me, and everyone on social media going, hey, this corrupt motherfucking bitch has it in for Elon. This makes no sense. Look at her bias. It's so obvious and clear. Here's why. She doesn't like getting called out. Of course, she's, it's the attention. I don't like the attention. As should be obvious, disproportionate media attention surrounding a judge's handling of an action is detrimental to the administration of justice. No. It's detrimental to the perception that Delaware is a place to do business, to register, incorporate a business, and not have fake judges who are actually just left-hearted activists, billionaire bad, let's go after the biggest billionaires because they're the biggest bads, destroying your state's reputation, staining the judicial system. That's the truth, allegedly. But she claims, as should be obvious, disproportionate media attention surrounding a judge's handling of an action is detrimental to the administration of justice. Fortunately, the Court of Chancery is far greater than any one person. I have complete faith in the Vice-Chancellor's abilities to adjudicate these matters, and 3 of them will. Please contact my chambers to obtain a time for the random reassignment. All counsel are welcome to attend, but each of the individuals who signed the motion for reassignment or the joinder in that motion must appear to witness what they requested, and I would highly recommend they bring some popcorn. So, this is wonderful news. Many of us have suggested, very politely, to fuck off Karen, and now it turns out that Karen has in fact been forced to fuck off. Bye, bitch. It turns out the hammer of justice has just dished up a healthy serving of karma. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.